welcome to the Everyday Board Game Podcast with your hosts, Daniel.
And Daniel.
Daniel, welcome.
Yeah, keeping our anniversary month going pretty darn well. Second episode. You guys just heard the new revamped Top 8 debate last week. So let us know how you like that, as well as some more anniversary stuff in here. This one's a big one for us, though.
It is.
We like to do yearly, even though we don't do it in the January. We kind of do our yearly thing different.
Yeah, it's our season.
Yeah, so let them know what we're doing.
Yeah, so we have a Chits and Giggles episode for you, and this is the best new to us games in 2025. Now, let's be clear here, because my list needs some clarification. New to us.
Yes.
That doesn't mean new, although many of these probably will be new, because, a lot of our older games we either have played or have had in our collection for quite some time.
Yeah.
But this is new to us. Now, I think I have a somewhat older game on here.
I know I have an older game on here.
Yeah, but some of mine have been out for a few years.
Some of mine have been out for a few years. Some of them are actually relatively new. And I even got my top 20 on this list just to run through the 9 through 20 towards the end of the podcast, because some of these games just missed out and they were fantastic. And in fact, one of the games in the top 20 is like 2013. It's over 13 years old. So.
Oh, wow.
So it's new to us.
Yeah. So we can talk about those at the end of the episode, like talking about some of the ones that could have made it to the list, maybe not.
Or just missed it and that sort of thing.
Just missed out, whatever the reason being. And we'll get into it. But before we do that, Daniel, what have you been playing?
A lot. A couple of these a lot of these games I've played before, or if they were new to me, they did not make this list because I kind of get myself a little cut off aspect of it. But man, I actually really enjoyed these. I also want to get more plays before I can say, hey, this was my favorite thing that I just recently played, give or take. Sure. But the one here that got me really intrigued, because it's a game I actually bought for my wife. It's a kind of a topic that she really enjoys. Kind of a style of game, those nature-based games. She really enjoys those a lot. And this one I'm always intrigued because this is a designer that everything she comes out with I'm interested in, and this is Elizabeth Hargrave and Avalon Hill's Sanibel. I like this one because it has that Takedo mechanism that I liked. If you're the furthest back, you get to make your choices, so I can kind of set it up where I can take 2 turns at one go. The boards are a little tighter in this one than, say, something like Takedo, so that's not possible all the time.
Right.
But you go back, you collect a shell. Depending on what number you're sitting at, you collect that many shells. Whether it's the diamond shells or the hexagonal shells, the octagon, I forget what shape it is. But you choose one of the shells there, or a combination of them depending on where you're at. If you're the furthest part, the 3, then you get 3 shells, a combo of all 3 of the hexagonal or the diamonds, or 2 or 1, however you want to do it. Then you have to fit it in your bag in a certain way to make sure certain things are. If you hit a requirement, you can get an extra shell that's usually like a shark tooth or another type of shell. The scoring's a little convoluted, a little crazy for what it is, because it's like, hey, if you have these next to each other, then they're not going to count for you. But if you have a long stretch of these shells, those ones are going to count for you. But if you have like these sea stars, you want unique ones that are not next to each other. So if you have 4 different unique ones and none of them touch each other, they're going to score for you. Another one is, I forget what, there's a third one that has like a weird scoring. The shark teeth is every pair of shark tooth in your bag that are in a continuous area. So if I have 14 shark teeth and they're all together, then that's 7 points for me. And so it has a couple of weird ones too. Another one of the smaller ones is you have to have a pair of these shells together, but you need to have multiple pairs of those, but they cannot be touching. It's a little convoluted, takes a lot just to figure out the scoring. The gameplay, easy.
Yeah.
You move, you take that many shells, you wait till you can move again. If you pass a wave, more shells come on the board, because if the wave is the furthest thing back, then it triggers its action, moves to the next spot for it, and that's how you get more shells back on the thing, on the board.
Nice.
And so it keeps feeding more stuff over there. And it works, and you have like in-game scoring that's going to happen towards the middle of the thing, so you're going to get 2 tokens that are going to tell you, hey, if you do these things, this is kind of the abilities. Either you're going to get an ability or a thing. and it's kind of in the same role as the rest of the thing, is if you get the furthest one, you get to put both of those scoring, and they're weird shaped ones. You can get both of them. If you can score those are going to give you some good points. But if you're not the furthest back, you're always going to be able to put one on your board to give you some extra scoring.
Well, that's good.
And so that was a really neat aspect, and it plays really quickly, plays really well. For a Avalon Hill game, it's a good price point with some good component quality in it too. So they were actually been doing really good for like the hobby stuff. Because what is the other one, the tile placement one we played from them, the Eric Lang one?
Life of Reterra.
Yeah. That was really well produced for its price point, too.
And Cosmo Lancer looks really cool.
Yeah, so it's like $30, $40, I think. I picked it. You can find it at Barnes & Noble.
Yep.
This is where I picked mine up. I think it's in Target as well. So
cool.
It's in the mass market area. Plays really good. Has a fantastic theme on it, especially for people who like that nature. It's just about collecting seashells. My wife used to do this as a teenager. Hence why I was telling her about it. She's like, oh, that's intriguing. So when I saw it in the stores, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to grab it. We already like Elizabeth Hargrave stuff. I love a lot of the nature stuff that she did. So I figured it was going to be fine. And so much so that my wife liked it and she wants to play it again. So it's like not often there's games that my wife wants to play regularly. Wingspan is one of them, and so she's like, no, we can bring this back and play it again, because I was like, well, it's got to go out, because I have a one in one out rule now, and it's like, well, it's got to go out, and I had already gotten rid of a game just in case for this one.
Just in case. You preemptively got rid of it.
Senebel, fantastic game.
Cool. The first one I want to talk about was a game that I showed you recently. In fact, one of our most recent game nights is me and Gamehead Geek got together, and this was the game that started off the night. Wonder Bowling.
Such a dumb game, but so good.
Dumb game. This is now the second game that I own where you tap the box with sticks.
And this is the best version of that.
Yeah, I like the original quite a bit, though. Not the original, like it's called Hammer Time.
Hammer Time, that's what it is.
And so, apparently I'm a fan of whacking the side of boxes.
But not good at it either.
I'm terrible at it, but this one, and you were like rocking it. Like, that was ridiculous. So Wonder Bowling, the idea is you have 10 pins that are on top of this long box. It's from the It and Brick series. And you have a little bowling ball on a stick, and you have two different sizes on each end.
Large and small.
Large and small. And you're trying to knock down only certain amounts in order for it to take off. So I might have 2 strike tokens and 2 number tokens in front of me. Like let's say it's 8 and 4 and then 2 strike tokens. That means that after I hit it, if I knock off pins, I need to have either 8 still standing, 4 still standing, or a strike. Now the way the strike works is that you have to have only a single pin standing up, which is kind of not how bowling works, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Because then it's too easy to just whack the side of the box and everything goes flying, right?
Yeah.
But every time somebody hits a box, you don't reset it. It's the next person's turn to continue from there. So that'll either result in them getting a strike, knocking everything off, or nothing off at all. 2 of those, other than the strike, is a penalty where you have to get another number token. Oh my goodness. Like, this is the right kind of dumb. We always say that, like, on our podcast.
Yeah,
We appreciate what
if a game leads you to just straight up giggling at the table, it's a good game.
And there was multiple times that day where we had those stand-up moments.
Yeah.
Wonder Bowling was one of them.
I have to remind, talking about memorable moments when we were playing this game. We were sitting there, and Gamehead Geek is like, there's no way you can just knock just one die. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do it either. And I hit it, and it knocked everything but that one pin. Yeah. It was a full-on strike, and I'm like, wow, it's just like that. That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's how you do it, huh? Why? How? Yeah, it was.
Or awesome. The time where I needed to get rid of, where there could only be, like, I had to knock down, exactly 2 pins or something like that. And there was, 4 pins on there. And I'm like, it's either going to be the 2 pins I need or hit it exactly, or everything's going to fall off. And it was at the point where, if I had no more strikes and I had to take a penalty, that was it for me.
That was it.
And so, I hit it, and it's like, Gamehead Geek's like, this is some bull.
Yeah.
Because I hit the 2 that I needed.
It was shenanigans. It really was. But there you go. Wonder Bowling, it's the right kind of awesome.
Yeah, that was actually a good way to start that all-day gaming. Because we actually played it, I think it was St. Patty's Day, and we played that all-day gaming. Because it was your spring break, it was Gamehead Geek's day off, so he's like, hey, I want to do this. Speaking of the next game I'm going to talk about here is also from that one.
Okay.
Another one that just recently got announced. It's going to get a new spectacular version, and we wanted to show this one to Gamehead Geek because he has not played it. He's the only one in our group who hasn't played it. Finally got it to the table to show to him, and man, I still really do enjoy this game. This game should not be as good as it is, and this is Concordia by Matt Gertz and PD Verlog. It's a fantastic Euro game, but it's not overly complicated with really heavy rule sets. It's like you play a card, you do what the card says. You move people out, you spend resources to get more people out. That's all you do. You do what the card says. And then there's a point in time where you're going to have to play a card to pick all your cards up. Think stuff like Aquatica or Century Spice World. Those simple mechanism for this heavier style Eurogame, man, this just hits so well. I'm looking forward to the Awakens Realms edition because I really do enjoy what they've done with the other games and the 2 that I currently own.
Yep.
Technically 3 if you want to count a little San Juan version of it as well. But the Castles of Burgundy special edition, the Puerto Rico special edition are just fantastic. In fact, I just recently played Castles of Burgundy not too long ago again and really do enjoy that game a lot. But this one, man, Gamehead was like, okay, yeah, I see what the hype is about this one. It's fantastic.
Not played it prior to that.
And like I said, this game is so fantastic to the point where I finally played it. We finally started arguing, and in its first year, it ascended almost immediately. Yep. It actually did ascend the year we started arguing it because of how fantastically good this game is. Again, it's not a lot of headspace like you're expecting from a lot of Euros, like Danny Garcia games or who's the other one? Thomas Holick. These bigger, heavier Euros that burn your brain. You're like, oh, this is... Or Simone Luciani. We just played Darwin Journey not too long ago. And those things just get into your headspace, and they're just a little too heavy for my liking. This is that right side where it's not overly heady, but there's a lot of smart movements in that you can play it completely different. I was spreading across the board and going to the different territories. You were playing... I don't even remember what you were doing. I know Gamehead was like, I'm just going to concentrate on all this. I became the brick man. I was... getting into everything with the brick on it because I had that one card that gave me so many points just because a house is on bricks and stuff like that. So it just has such a variety of how you can get your points. It's not really point salad per se, but it just gives everybody a different aspect of what you can do and concentrate on and still have a chance to win the game. Concordia, such a fantastic game.
Cool. Next one I want to talk about was from... it was going to be my pick on there, but unfortunately the other guys canceled, so it was you and me playing just a plethora of random games. But each one of these 4 games is from different gaming sessions throughout the past, 2 weeks.
The next 2 I'm going to talk about is from when it was just you and me.
So this one is a game that I brought in with a D&D license that you and I were curious about, but we're like, all right, let's see what it is. This is Dungeons & Dragons Edge of the Realms by Phil Walker Harding. Yeah. You were, 50-50.
It's fine.
I liked it quite a bit, and I get it.
Well, it's tile placement, so of course you liked it.
It is.
Yeah. That's your jam right there.
It is kind of my jam, And I'm just checking to see if there's any tile placement. Okay, all right. On my list, maybe. Maybe there might be. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so Dungeons & Dragons, it is tile placement. You have these little cards that are 3x3 grids, basically. And they have 4 different types of terrain. What you're trying to do is you're trying to build in the biggest groups of the terrain, and then also complete the quests that are on there. It is pick and pass drafting, kind of. I mean, it is. That's quite literally what it is. You pick the action, you play it out, then pass the cards, draw back up, So you have the pool that's ever changing, right? It doesn't need to be pick and pass drafting. I suppose it could be, but
I was just going to say your favorite mechanism really shines stronger than your least favorite mechanism. So it's like I can play this game even though it's got pick and pass drafting because it's got tiling.
There's one person who can pull off pick and pass drafting, and that's Phil Walker Harding. Most of the games that he has that are of that style, I tend to enjoy.
Yeah, so, Sushi Go.
Yep, Sushi Go, exactly.
There was another one, I just can't remember.
It's that nature one with sunshine and water tokens and stuff. Beautiful components. It's
Planted.
Planted, that's it. The sunshine one, whatever that meant. Edge of Dark, I didn't feel like it was a Dungeons & Dragons game, but I did like how you had 4 different actions where you're moving around and manipulating things. There was some really clever stuff to it. I enjoyed it a lot. And there it is, Dungeons & Dragons Edge of the Realms, which I feel is really a lot of people are reviewing it kind of low. Mm-hmm. And I get why, but I also don't feel that same way playing it. So I'm okay.
Honestly, I get why people are reviewing it low. Like, it's a great game. It's a solid game. Great mechanisms, fantastically well-designed game. It just has no life, honestly. Like, the theme could literally be anything. It could be the same theme as his Roll and Write Explorers, and it would still do what it needs to do. Yep. It's just... It's the same thing with Explorers. That's why it's kind of a middle road aspect of it, too, because there's no soul or life to that theme on it. It's just... Yep. It is boiled down mechanisms, and that's the same reason I feel about Emotep, and I find that game fantastic, but it's just boiled down mechanisms with a theme on it that just, I guess this could work, and it's like WizKids looked at it, and we can put our Dungeons and Dragons license on it.
Yep.
That's all they did, yeah. Although why I'm more intrigued by the new one we just got recently, the All-In, because of, there's a twist to it that seems kind of interesting to a game that is just mechanism and bluffing and that sort of stuff, and that's poker. Kind of takes the bluffing out of it. You're just trying to figure out who's got the better hand.
Yeah, you got like some special abilities, some endgame cards, something like that. Yeah.
And so I liked it, and I think it's fantastic. I think I rated it a 7. I think it's mechanically, mechanistically fine. Great game. Really boiled down, but it was a little soulless for me. But I did enjoy it, and I would play it again. It's just, I'm getting to the point where one in, one out, I don't need to have this in my collection kind of thing. The next game I'm going to talk about is probably what you feel about the same way I just felt about the one we just talked about. This is, I call, a Quirkle killer for me, because I would rather play this than Quirkle. And this is Immortal from Trick or Treat Studios and the designers Kramer and Kiesling. I can't remember their names. Wolfgang Kramer and Michael Kiesling? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there it is.
That's it.
Well done. It is simple. 3 actions you can do on your turn is either you're going to play a group of tiles out, usually based off as long as you can put a group of 3, you can put it anywhere on the board. Usually you're only going to put like 1 or 2 out there, but you can play off a different grouping that's out there. I like, and I know this broke your brain a little bit, I do like the thing where you can manipulate the board a little bit. You just can't leave anything floating. But it makes sense for putting stuff out there.
I will state my opinion on that after you're done.
The other actions is that you can exchange what tokens that you have face up in front of you, but you don't let your other opponent see what it is, with a pile that is left over in the game, because we all start with a certain amount of number depending on the player count. And I was like, okay, I could move these over here. I like the fact that if you're out of tokens, you get the reward of busting out 5 more tokens that you don't know. And your other action is you just take 1 from your personal pile and flip it up and see if you can do something with that one more so than what you have in your hand. And I like how simple the turns are. It's a little bit headier than most people would expect. I like the fact that you could see the colors compared to Quirkle. Like, I could tell the difference between the colors. They're all different shapes. I like the fact that it can go in either ascending or descending order, or all the numbers have to match, but they have to be all different colors. And you have that little headiness of it. So to the point where I'm keeping the game in my collection. Sure. It's something that I can bust out if I don't want to play something like super, super heavy or super crazy. But I want something that will burn my brain a little and let me think about how I'm going to do my actions and stuff like that. Yeah. Where I don't have to pay attention too much to what you guys are doing. And I could just concentrate on my side of the things. Like, okay, how do I get these out here? Look at the board. All right, now that everything's different here, now... oh, this actually works out better for me because they play that over there. I like that aspect where I can kind of concentrate on what you're doing. But this is one of those like, hey, if we're having a lunch or something like that and chewing on our food, we don't have to communicate with each other. We don't have to talk with each other. And I think it works well. It's a small package. It still is a bit of a table leader, but not too bad. This is Immortal from Trick or Treat Studios.
Yeah.
And your thoughts?
I did enjoy it. No, it's not that it broke my brain. It's just that because of the way that the board is limited, it's a 13 by 13 board, right? Which is a lot tighter than it seems.
I think it's 11 by 11.
No, it's 13 I counted.
No, it's 13 by 11. Because I know this, because when you flip...
it's shorter.
Yeah, because if you flip it to the other side, you don't use the 11th row.
Oh, okay. So, I think I've come to terms that board is my problem. Because, like... it restricts you to using only that space, which is fine. Yeah. I get, like, the point of that. But then, like, since you're building off of tiles, you could either place 3 of a kind down, or you could build off of one that's already there. Why restrict it to a board? Why not play it wherever, right? Like take it off of the board. Don't make it that restriction. Because the thing is, since you have to maneuver pieces around, and fit them in just so you can fit your tile. That's only there because the board can get so cramped, and functionally it just makes it impossible to play. I think that's a Band-Aid trying to fix that problem. I think if you just threw it on the table and played it out, it'd probably work.
Yeah, but it wouldn't feel as tight, because somebody's not blocking you from doing something.
Right, but then also you're just like half of the game that you and I spend doing it. Like,
yeah,
that took longer because half of it was just like, well, all right, what if I move that? No, that doesn't fit.
It's not that it doesn't fit because they left stuff hanging.
Yeah, yeah. It just, but whatever the reason was, it was like there was all these different things. Like, well, I could put this over here. No, because that tile's too close. Well, I could do no. Actually, I can't do that. And then so it was just like way analysis paralysis prone.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you on that point. I think it's just
how it is.
I like the condensedness.
I did like the game. Don't get me wrong. I did like it. Like a lot of you could throw away tiles, redraw that many, or just draw a single tile.
Yeah.
Or like encouraging you to jump, like get all your tiles out. All of that was great. I just didn't like.
You just didn't like.
I didn't like. No, I didn't like that you were allowed to move up to 5 pieces. That was annoying to me. Like,
because
make people commit.
Because I kept screwing you over. Why would you do that? I was going to do that. Why'd you do that?
Yeah, that's true. You did that a lot. Speaking of messing with other people's space, Gravwell 2nd Edition is the next game I played recently. I've been playing games on my Friday game group randomly, which is pretty fun. That was one of my goals this year, is to play, like, I think 100 games picked at random. And Gravwell 2nd Edition came out, and I was like, cool, I'm sure it's the same as the 1st edition. And I brought it out, and I realized, oh, wait, there's actually more stuff to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, pretty good. They actually
they
changed some of the rules, too.
Yeah, the original one was, like, unjustly expensive for how small it was.
Yeah.
I remember that very distinctly. But the new one, the Renegade version, added 6 players, which is more than the previous version had. I think it was either 4 or 5. It adds special ability cards to everybody and different conditions on how to score them. Mm-hmm. It added a few other cards that repel other tokens away from you. Not just one. Like there's one where you repel away, but there's the tractor beam that pulls everything towards you. Now there's cards that push everything out. And it has even more cards since it can play that many players. So it's like everything they made for it was thoughtful to the new edition, and it worked really well. And I realized that was the first time I played my 2nd edition, because I've had both. And man, I really enjoy this game. It's so dumb. It's so good because you're slingshotting across each other and like just all sorts of stuff. Now I played it at 2. It's better with more, but it still worked fine with 2. Gravwell, the way it works is you each pick a card from your hand, you flip it face up, then you go in alphabetical order, starting with A, B, C, D, and then you move the number of spaces that it shows on there, if it's a normal movement card, towards the nearest other object. And it's a big spiral. So if you're in front of me by a couple spaces and you're the closest other object, then I move 2 spaces, or I move a number of spaces towards you depending on the card I played. Mm-hmm. However, if I'm in front of you and I'm moving, that means I'm moving backwards, which is not what you want. You want to be able to like slingshot off of each other and then hit derelict ships at the right time, and then repel from each other. Like there's cards where you can say I repel from the nearest object, and if I play that when you're right behind me, and that pushes me forward with all that might help you slingshot for it. It's so cool. I like it a lot. Gravwell 2nd edition.
I'll have to try the 2nd edition because I did not like the 1st edition.
I don't think you'll be convinced by this one.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like I would be because me and the wife both just bounced off Gravwell. We did not enjoy the mess out of it. It was one of the first games you showed us at the shop too.
Yeah, I get that it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I enjoy it. So,
all right, the last game I'm going to talk about was probably one of your least favorites of the night when we played.
Just you're really like having fun poking at what I don't like.
But the thing is, it's because it's just for what it is too heady. This is your words exactly. It was a little too heady for your liking. And this is Big Sur from 25th Century Game and designer Mondo Davis. I liked it because of the multi-use cards. I thought those were great. Yeah. I loved what it was doing. You take 2 cards, and I have to use these cards for either the choice of resources that they give us, or put them out in my highway, or hold on to them because the other parts of the turn is optional. And those are playing the cards out into your highway or grabbing a landmark as well. mainly I liked it because I love multi-use cards. I like the fact that depending on the certain cards that you have in your system, they're going to give you those resources. So I'm like, I'm making this resource, so I need to get that card for I can put this card out here, and now I'm making that resource as well.
Yep.
The landmarks sometimes either get you in-game scoring or they give you special abilities out there. I really do enjoy this one. The artwork is kind of nice on it. The scoring is a little bit... I know your other issue with it is the artwork is like, why is this making sense? Because I have mountains up here and mountains down there, but this is still connected in one part, whereas there's flower and forest up here, and it just doesn't... It confuses me and the spatial awareness. I'm like, I get it. I'm just paying attention to the tags in all honesty.
Even the tags were in a horizontal row. Like...
I enjoyed the mess out of it because and I like the scoring aspect of it. It's a little tricky, but it's kind of cool. It's like for however long of stretch you have, those are the points that you're going to get, but you need to have at least 3 of the type that you're scoring in a row together. So like I need 3 flowers. Okay, this card, and this card works. But now we're scoring mountains, and I need 3 mountains. Well, this card also scores for mountains as well because it's a mountain flower. So this card, this card, this card, and this card. And then you just add up the miles because it'll tell you the mile stretch. It's 1 through 4, if I remember correctly, of the cards. It's 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles. Yeah, it's 1 through 4. Each one has their own things. The higher the miles is going to give you more points, but they're going to be more expensive for you to put out. The lesser the miles, I think the 2 mile stretches are the ones that give you the
in-game abilities.
Yeah, in-game abilities. The 1 miles are the ones that are giving you the resources. So it's like, oh, this is not going to give me a lot of points, but now I'm producing rocks to help build stuff later on. That little push and pull. I like that aspect of it. It just worked for me. I love multi-use cards. It's not a super long game either. So you just play out the deck, and it takes cards out of the deck depending on the player count. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. Big Sur 25th Century.
All right. And my last game is a solo-only game that I got just very recently. In fact, I literally got it about 3 days ago. And I already got it to the table. Since it's solo only, it was easy enough. And I played this, I want to say yesterday morning or the day before. It's called Atomaster. And what this is...
Excuse me, sir. This is a family-friendly show.
You heard me. Atomaster is a one-player, like you are the captain of a pirate ship, trying to sail across the sea to get to the land before you either cause a mutiny or the thrown overboard or like all of your people die off because they have dysentery, whatever, like not dysentery, whatever it's called.
Scurvy,
thank you. And you're basically just trying to keep the morale up just long enough to be able to make it to port. If you can make it to port, you win. Now, what makes this cool, it's a multi-use card game, actually. So you have a lot of different cards that have actions. Some of them have detriments to you. Some of them have like benefits, skills, I think they're called. And you have 3 cards that are always face up in front of you. Those 3 cards... I know, I'm dropping the board of all things now. Those 3 cards will determine the weather for the next round. And you have a map made up of cards as well. And you're only going across like 3 cards of map. Okay. But they have a bunch of different spaces on it. So you have to sail amongst them. Sometimes you can go with the current and you can make it so the movement is quicker. Sometimes you enter a storm space, which makes it harder to go with that. Sometimes you get into like a spot with an anchor where you pull an event. There's like 45 event cards, each one with 2 different parts of it because each event handles totally differently just because of the fact that like it has a weather or a land and a sea part of it. Okay. So if you anchor at a land, like a little island or something, you do the land part, otherwise it's at sea. So there's different effects that might give you more cards. And determined on the weather, which is the 3 cards that are out on the market row, I guess, or whatever that row is called, you always put them in descending order, meaning the card that's most likely at the end of the round going to go into your detriments probably has a bad effect on it, unless you manipulate it. And the weather will determine how many actions you get on that turn, which can either be draw a card, swap a card with the market and your hand, or a move, paying out the movement costs. It's really fascinating. It's a cool little puzzle, and the thing is, as you're building up these bad traits to you, you compare the market with the traits, and different effects could happen. Like, you might have a mutiny, or you might have a disease outbreak, or There might be just like calm weather where you just can't move hardly. Everything's like more navigation skill. It's neat. It's really interesting. I'm going to be playing it more. And there's a campaign mode that you can play after you're really good at the base game, which I am definitely not. So, Adamaster, brand new game. I'm curious to see where it goes from here.
Nice.
All right, now getting into 2025 games. We're going to be talking about the best one. Yeah, I mean, I say 2025, right?
Yeah.
Because for the most part, from this time last year...
April 2025 to now.
Yeah, we're going to be recapping the best new to us games.
New to us. Again, new to us. This game could have been in 1967. If it's new to us and we liked it, it can make this list.
Yep, exactly. How many old ones do you have?
I have one. Like, how old are we going for here?
Well, I have one that I know is pretty old.
I have one that's pretty old. I think early 2000s, maybe.
Yeah, maybe this one is too. And then I have two that are like within the last few years.
Yeah, everything else is pretty much within the last couple years.
Yeah.
I think one on here, yeah, most of these are 2024 or on, except for one. A lot of the ones that just missed out on this list are older.
Right. And 5 of mine are last year. That's when they came out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Out of all of the 8 new ones?
All the 8 new ones, 6 are from last year.
All right.
Like I said, a lot of more. That's why I wanted to do like the ones that just missed out.
Yeah.
Because last year was a really strong year for me.
It was. How much crossover?
Maybe 2. 2 is probably as comfortable as I'm going to get.
Yeah, I'm betting 0, actually. So if there's 1, place your bets in the email below or in the live chat. That's why you got to watch us live. Anyway, shall we get into this?
We shall.
Let's flip the coin of doom. The patent pending Everyday Board Games coin of doom, by the way.
His
As it's
badly
completely
3D.
washed out.
His badly 3D printed.
But absolutely giant. All right. I'll be starting us off.
That's why it's badly 3D printed. It's not
number
weighted well.
8. It's really not. If you look at the edge, like you see the die sticking out of the side. Yeah, it's all good. My number 8 is a game that's a few years old, and lately I've been harping on heavy games, and this is definitely the heaviest out of everything that you're going to see on my list.
Oh, he has too. Trust me, you
I
don't.
have.
You don't hear it all that often on here.
I admit,
we hear it every Wednesday.
It's because we had a stretch of like a full month of just nonstop like full day one game. It's like, okay, that's cool, and the games were fine, but oh my goodness, it's like a game night was quite literally a game night. Like, we were spending all night to play a game. And sometimes I like to play more than one a game. So, this one, a game, is kind of longer. But it's one of my exceptions because when we played it, I was just so enamored with what it does.
We played
how many cool things. We did. Yeah, and this is one of the heavier ones. I played this earlier in the year, I think, or maybe around summertime.
Oh, last year. Okay.
Of last year, yep.
Okay.
And that's because this has been praised by a lot of people, but it has one of the most bland looks. It has one of the most boring themes where you are essentially not royal families, but like, families of importance trying to wiggle your way back onto society and be respected by other
courtesans. Groups. Okay.
No. Oh, no.
I know what you're talking about, but...
Obsession.
This actually made my top 30. It didn't make my top 20.
Yeah.
I did like it a lot, though.
Yeah, Obsession, there's just something that was... At first, it was daunting. Like, genuinely, because we saw how full the boxes were. We're like, oh man, there's so many moving parts. Like, all these things mean different things. They'd be done. But really, when it comes down to it, you're just playing the cards out for their resources to get buildings. And that's about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get the most points by having the right combination of buildings and the right combination of people and that you invite or bring onto your family, and most points wins. Once you get over the hurdle of learning it, because it's not an exciting theme and it's pretty darn ugly.
I don't know. My wife's kind of excited to play this one.
Is she really?
She loves Pride and Prejudice. Her favorite show right now on Netflix is Bridgerton, so that's her kind of theme.
I mean, I couldn't convince my wife, even though she loves Bridgerton right now. Don't get me wrong. That's one of those like videos where she watches like, hey, what are you watching? Nothing. Definitely not Bridgerton.
Well, it's funny. I tease my wife all the time. I'm like, that's fine. You do you. I'm not going to watch this crap.
Yeah, I know. It's yeah, no, we're good.
She's like, I'm putting on Bridgerton. Okay, that lets me know. Go up front and do whatever the hell.
Get out.
I'm gonna go. I'll watch it with her, but I got bored in like the first 2 episodes. I'm like, yeah, cool, yeah.
See, I tried watching it over my wife, but she hated all the snoring. Anyway, Obsession, super cool game. I was really impressed by it. That's my number 8, barely making it on the list.
I do like that game a lot, and so much so that I actually picked up myself a copy of it. And I had to buy it directly from the designer because you couldn't find it in stores. That's how popular it is. It's a fantastic game. Like I said, I did like 103 games when I made this list.
I did 31.
It was on there, so it worked.
I literally picked it if I was like, if I have a decent chance, then I'll do it.
All right, like I said, Obsession intrigues me. Yeah. I do like the game a lot. I need to get it to the other game group, but I don't know when we're going to get back together for a while. Just everybody's schedule. I think there's 1, maybe 2 possible days before our cruise where we can get together. So I don't know how I'm going to get to the table again soon with them.
We'll see. That's okay. I'll give you plenty of time to relearn it. I know
it's going to be a while, yeah. So my number 8 is a game I haven't even played physically, but I'm shocked it went this far. I did add a lot of the games that we played on Board Game Arena as well.
I had those as a possibility, yeah.
And this one just intrigued me. It's one of the more recent ones we played, and this to the point where I want to get myself a physical copy of this
one. Can I guess it?
Yeah.
Is it Game Makers?
No, though I did like that one a lot.
Yeah, because that was on my short list as well.
That was like in the top 30 as well.
Was it 40. Game Makers?
No, I really enjoyed the mess out of this one.
One that we played recently.
Yep. We did a whole board game breakdown of this company, found this game on there, played it on Board Game Arena.
Sure.
And I enjoyed the mess out of it. This is Kokeshi from Grand Gamer Guild.
Okay, Kokeshi.
I love this track game. It's made by Ellie Hori, published here in America by Grand Gamer Guild. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed the track part of this one. This was a very close game between you and me, and the only reason you beat me is because we concentrated on 2 different areas.
Yep.
You concentrated on going into the more elite kind of things, and I was working on the animal tracks to get specialized stuff as well.
Yeah, you were. You were. I remember at one point I scrolled down, I was like, oh, there's an animal track there. Whoa, his token is up there. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But I like that. And we ended up with the same amount of points.
Yeah.
You beat me by tiebreaker, which is the way you went through for the quality of things, and that's how you ended up beating me on that. But yeah, I really do enjoy this one to the point where I'm going to Atlanta. Spoiler, we're recording this ahead of time. I'm going to Atlanta, and I want to try to see if I can find a physical copy while we're in the store, because we're taking a check bag just to take out there to bring souvenirs back.
Cool.
But yeah, so I want to find my own copy. I really did enjoy this one. The way I did my list is I took those games and put it in Pub Meeple, and I just like, would I play this one? Would I play this one? That kind of thing. The 2 thing that they do, and I was like, it just kept climbing and climbing. I'm like, yeah, I would play this one over that one. Yeah, I would play this one over that one. Turned out to hit my number 8. Kokeshi from Grand Gamer Guild. Cool. Fantastic game.
All right, on to our number 7s.
I'm telling you, that thing is not weighted.
Oh, it's not weighted correctly at all. Like, there's even a bunch of empty space on
So you're going to be hearing him the whole time and me just waiting for my turn.
Yep. So my number 7 was one that when we recently went to Board Game Geek Con, I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot. And right after one look at it, once I figured out what it was doing, I'm like, okay, all right, fine. I really like it. And I went and bought it like right away.
Yep.
So glad that I did. 12 Rivers.
This was actually on my short list.
And I still haven't played it again yet.
This was my number 15.
Oh, okay. This was my number 7. So
8 better than me.
Yeah, 8 better than you. It's 8. There are only 7 fewer better games.
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently. No, 12 Rivers. It's just it has a gimmick, right? It has the 3D board where the marbles are going down, but it has a super smart, almost worker placement method where you're putting out your things, your little square thingies, whatever they are, in different spots of the river to get the marbles that you need, although some might give you more choices, but they're more expensive if you guarantee one of the spots. And you have cards that are effectively your actions, but they're also your resources of what you do and don't play. And then as you get the marbles, you're able to store them up on the characters, which you can draw more characters from another worker placement. Oh, man. Dude, everything just clicks time and time again. Like, one thing leads to another in a really concise, beautiful way. Like, that's one of the prettiest games that I've played. And
shockingly enough, it's one of the prettiest games he owns.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's shockingly enough. Come on.
So actually, I said it's sarcastic.
Some of the games that I have on here are pretty good looking games. Not all of them, but some of them.
You just talked about obsession.
I said some. Let me quote myself. Some. But no. 12 Rivers, I'm just so enamored with. I wanted to get it back to the table again and again. I think my other group will like it. And I like the fact that, like, the board flips upright because it adds an angle to it, but it also has this cool backdrop to it.
Yeah.
Just add to the theming of it. Premium.
My thing with this one, and probably why it kind of slid to 15 for me, I want to
like
play
the marbles.
I want to play it with more than 2 people. We only played it 2 players, and I'm like, it works. You're only using half the board. I want to see how it does when you're using most of the board, at least full board.
I agree.
Because it's a fantastic game. I agree, and that it was on my short list as well. Mm-hmm. All right, my number 7 is one I think may be a crossover. Could be, could not be. I don't know. You do enjoy it. It might have made your short list. You've actually talked about it more than I have on this on our podcast recently. This is a game by Thunderworks Game and Jordi Adnan. This is Fliptoons. This little deck building-ass card game where you're flipping cards over into a 6-card pile and, you know, just taking whatever score you get.
This was my number 10.
Your number 10. It just missed out.
Barely missed out.
Yeah, so I really do enjoy this game a lot. I think it's a fantastic... And it's so different. So unique. You don't really... It's, oh, hey, I'm buying these cards and adding them to my deck. But that is my entire agency, is I'm getting these cards into my deck. And then I'm shuffling them up, and I'm flipping over 6 and seeing what happens. Oh, hey, look, I got the monkey, so he can move up, so I can get a 7th card in my deck. Oh, look, I got the alligator, so he just ate that card. But that's okay, it's the butterfly. I don't need that anymore. Mm-hmm. I love that little concept of where you're like, no, don't flip the alligator right now. Okay, you can flip it now. That's fine. You can flip it now. I like the fact that, oh, this came up, this card's now flipped over face down, and then you can play this card on top of it. I like that little uniqueness of this deck building game, or like the cards go to waste, and one of your cards, if you get into your deck, become more powerful because of the cards you've actually got out of your deck. Oh man, this has so many cool combos. It is a bit lucky because it's like the first person to hit 30 and then one last flip, and whoever has the most points at that flip will win the game.
Right.
And it's all beholden to the luck, but man, it goes down well every time. People are joking, people are giggling. My wife is yelling at the alligator because he keeps eating all her other stuff. It's just fantastic. And I have to preface this when I teach it to people or when we explain it, like, hey, look, this is a very lucky game. You're going to have fun playing it, but don't think you're going to really do anything strategic in this game. So just have fun flipping the cards and see what happens. Think of it like a slot machine. You're going to get what you're going to get.
Yep.
And have fun with it. You're always going to get points or coins to pay for stuff. You're always going to get certain things. And you're always going to be able to get somewhat of a card into your next deck, or at least get stuff out of your deck.
Yep.
And so that's how I have to preface it, is like, that is your agency, but then you're going to have fun, just like you're going in there, hey, I'm putting $1 in the slot machine, let's see what happens.
Yep.
And it works. It's a fantastic little card game that just sings pretty well for me. Number 7, Fliptoons.
Yep. I very much agree with that. That was on my list, so it's one of those, like games where I'm like, I end up buying it right away because I'm like, $20 is a great price point.
For a price point, I love that classic cartoon style art too. It works really well on this one.
And it's the right kind of random.
Yeah.
Right. All right, cool. Number 6s. Here we go.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not even paying attention to the coin anymore.
All right, fine. I'll flip a different coin from here on out. Okay. But my number 6 is a game that, while I think you should play it, I don't think you have yet. This is Rajas of the Ganges, Cards and Karma.
No, I've played the other 2.
You've played the other 2. Yeah, like the Pick and Write and the base game. You own the base game, which is one that I still want. If you find that in Atlanta, let me know.
Oh, the dice.
The base game. I don't have it yet.
You still don't have Rajas?
I still don't have the base game. I need the base game in my collection. I need it in my life. But Cards and Karma is definitely worth it because it uses a lot of the same ideas. You have different types of cards that you're bringing into yours. There's basically the biggest rule is the rule of threes.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means is that if you get a 3 of just about anything, you get a combo to do something else, right? So you might be trying to get like 3 boats or 3 resources or 3 of these or 3 of those, right? And you're eventually trying to get the most points. And because you have 6 different cards, money will be going from one side, and I forget what the other symbol is, but there's another type of token that comes in from the left side. And if you get a certain amount of money or a certain amount of that secondary token, you flip over the card. First to flip over all 6 of their cards wins. But as soon as you flip over a card, you get an ability. But again, if you get a 3 of a kind of something, you got to trade it in and get something higher, which might trigger another 3 of a kind. And it's super combo-tastic, and it's so cool. I am enamored with this game. It's so clever how well it works. Rajas of the Ganges, Cards and Karma.
Intriguing. I still haven't played this one. Is this one of your favorites out of the 3? Do you like this one more than the dice one?
I think I like it the best, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's been so long since I played the base game. I definitely like it better than the roll and write one.
Okay. I do like that roll and write because I like that.
Or the take and write, whatever it's
called.
called.
It's where you're trying to determine what die you're using, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Which I like. I own that, but that's my least favorite of them. And this and the board game version are neck and neck. And it's been so long since I played the board game version, this might be beating it now. Just because I haven't played the board game version so long.
Yeah, same. Well, not the playing, but I haven't played the board game version in a while, and I own it. It's over there.
I'll have to bring it over sometime. I think you would really dig this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, cool. My number 6 is one you were just mentioning about Board Game Geek Con. Mm-hmm. This one we ended up playing at Board Game Geek Con. It's one of the games that you wanted to play, and I'm surprised it made it this far up on my list, but I just remember us.
Wow, you on Monty Python that much?
No, oh God, no. This one was a much crappier game, but it did well than Monty Python. I don't know. Rudiger Dorn, man. Let me just tell you. Rudiger Dorn, Los Momphos.
Los Momphos.
So it's Rudiger and Maja Dorn from Shigamik, and it's all about donkey poop. Mm-hmm. So what you're doing is you're putting in disc on these donkeys, and you're flipping a card, and you're moving the donkeys. And at one point in time, you're going to have to expel said discs out of there, and you're trying to determine which is going to be the most out of there, and then whoever, if I have something different than you guys, then I just take all that color of the disc, and those are my points. It just works, and we were giggling so much at the table. We were having a blast with this game, and it's basically a kid's game. It's a memory game at that, and you're just sitting there at one point in time, you're like, crap, I forgot what we fed that donkey. I don't know what colors are in there anymore. Everything's been moving, and I want to find myself a physical copy of this, because it's not a good game.
No.
But it's a fantastically fun game.
Yeah.
And we had such a good time with this game. You and me love games that don't take itself seriously, right. But it's still a good game, what you're trying to do. It's like, oh, I get what's going on here. Oh my God, I forgot what's in here. And we played another game that was kind of like this, Die of the Dead, I think is the other one. And this one did it so much better, and it's like 20 years older.
Yeah, right.
And it's well produced, too. You got like these chunky little donkey things and the discs that go into it. Yeah, no, it has a nice twist to that memory mechanism that you wouldn't expect. And this is a game that has that mechanism you would expect for preschoolers, for younger audience, that works for adults if you don't take things seriously. Right. So Los Momphos was my number 6 game.
I just realized, you know how I wanted to make a jumbo game for if we ever do a convention?
Yeah.
Can you imagine a jumbo version of this?
Los Momphos?
Yeah. Bring a real donkey. Oh, no.
Oh, no, I don't want to clean that up.
All right, on to our number 5s with a different coin, by the way. Here we go.
Mm-hmm. All right. So my number 5 here is one that you have not played, and I enjoy the mess out of. And it annoys you that you haven't played it yet. And this is the most recent.
You only play this just to mess with me. Go.
I've only played it like 2 or 3 times,
I know.
And it's not with this group. Well, we played it once with this group because Damn it, Dom also owns this game, and we had a blast playing it.
I couldn't make it that
And this is Endeavor Deep Sea by Carl de Vizier and Jarrett Gray, because I can't read my own handwriting, from Grand Gamer Guild and Burnt Island Games, the most 2025 Kennerspiel winner. Oh man, this game is so good. You like tracks? This has it. You like sea exploration? This has it.
Yep.
This has a co-op variant if you want to do it that way, which kind of works for this game because you're basically trying to explore the sea and be conservationist on this one. It is just such a good game, and just base game without the Kickstarter stuff comes with great components. That's what the version I have right now, and I'm going to end up getting the better version of it. But, oh man, the design space of this game is fantastic. The sea exploration is great. Going up the tracks is great. And the way the tracks work do a bit are different. I go up here, I get these guys better. But if I go on this track, I get to do this ability better. But if I go on this track, I get to go further down in the sea. So it's like that push and pull where you want to be good at certain things, but you don't want to be great at everything, because you're going to have really one powerful thing, but then you have like these really not great workers, or you're not going to have enough workers to trigger those, because it's kind of worker placement, but you get these little discs that say, hey, I can activate this worker, or I can activate this spot, or I can activate this spot, and I can do these things. But man, this game sings for me. I want to try the predecessor, Endeavor. Age of Sail.
Age of Sail, yeah.
I do have that. I want to try that, but I don't know if I end up keeping it, because how much I really do like Endeavor Deep Sea. I think that game is fantastic. I understand why it won the Kenner. I thought Loot was going to win the Kenner because I didn't think they wanted to go heavy after heavy. But I'm so glad they made the decision to make this one the Kennerspiel winner. It's fantastic. Endeavor Deep Sea.
Cool. The next one I wanted to talk about, number 5 for me, I just checked it online real quick. It is from 2001. This is the oldest game that's easily on my list. And the reason why I haven't played it till now is because we played it at Board Game Geek Con. And more specifically, it's a very expensive game because it's like mostly handmade.
Oh, wow. It's one of those dexterity ones.
It is one of the dexterity ones. It's not the one I was so excited to play. I was very excited to play Piratenbillard.
Yeah, so it's not that one.
It's not that one.
It's the
Spinball.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, oh my gosh, I loved Spinball. It was so good. Because what it is it's basically like, you're trying to shoot goals. You have a ping pong ball, and you're trying to get it into the goal on the other side, except our goals are like very near each other and there's a wall in between. And you can't just straight shot at somebody else's goal. You have to backspin it to their goal. And the way you do it is by two pieces. You have like this little hook piece, then you have another piece with like a little rubber thing on it, and you kind of like either slap it down or you press it down, and you add some crazy backspin to the ping pong ball, hopefully knocking it around and making it so it goes into the goal on the opposite side of the wall. Now, that is already great, but what it did differently, what I really enjoyed, is how it did scores. If you got a point, then that means your opponent takes one of these rubber stopper things and puts it somewhere on their side of the board to make it more difficult for you to score. So if you're really good at one trick shot, you better believe Daniel's going to put that right in my path.
Yep.
Oh man, that ramps it to 11. There's something so fun about that. There's so few games that have this extra level of like, oh well, we're gonna keep track of points by giving your opponent a catch-up mechanism, and like Yinch does that, right? In an abstract strategy kind of way. If I get 5 in a row, then I take one of my rings off. That's a point. I need 3 points to win. But now I have fewer rings. So clever. Oh my goodness, is it so clever. So Spinball, that's my number 5.
So that wasn't my favorite of the dexterity games. I liked that one. I didn't like the underhand thing has always just been my issue. The one I liked the most, it didn't make my list. In fact, I don't even know if it was like in the top 50 or something like that, but I did enjoy it. Was the I think it's called the Karuka or something like that. It's the
it's like
the billiard pool, style, the pool style. What is that dexterity game that we like? The Crokinole, there we go. It's like a combination of pool meets Crokinole.
Yep.
And I really did enjoy the mess out of that one.
Yeah, that one's clever. Yeah, it's too much like the other ones. Like I imagine, like what is that old one? I don't remember what it's called, but like Like it used to be like there used to be like a chessboard on one side or whatever, or backgammon board on the other. It had little pockets in the corner, and you're basically doing the same thing.
Well, that's just pocket pull, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's just like stuff like that it reminded me of. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's not that new, but like I didn't dislike it. But
Well, of
there was
course.
something about Spinball that's like there's. I love the possibility of absurd. That's so good to me. But yeah, that one was good.
I
too.
prefer talent.
Sir. All right.
The only shot I
Number
made in that
4.
entire game was like the luckiest shot I've ever made.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
you
this
felt
year.
so good about it. All right. My number 4 is a little Japanese game that I brought in that you and I played for the very first time because I was like, okay, I'm curious about it. The cover wasn't that pretty. The art is fine. I was like, but it has some tiles that we lay out. But it has a Mancala mechanism that was amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yo, yeah.
Come Sail Away.
Yeah.
By Sashi and Sashi, I think.
This was in my top, not the top 20, but it was just outside the top 20. Yeah. No,
Oh, man. It's really clever. You're putting these meeples out on your board and you're moving them around Mancala style and you're trying to get certain rooms to have certain kinds of meeples to score the points, which will let you get combos to do that. You're seeing a running thing here.
Sorry, when you said the little Japanese game, that I was like what oink game that we both like?
Right.
You're like, oh no, it's this one. I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly unknown, but like, and this is the biggest game that this company produces, obviously.
Well, yeah, it's what he means biggest is the largest.
Yeah, physically largest. Maybe even possibly like functionally largest. I don't know. I don't know too many games from this company.
I think it is, because didn't you just get another one too?
Yeah,
that's kind of like it.
It's called In Front of Elevators.
Yeah.
It's a very different game, but it's like.
But
it's
I'm
like
saying
a
that's
collection
normally
thing.
the size of it. This
Right.
one is like a full board, like that.
Yep.
You see that Return to Dark Tower right above my head over here?
Yep.
It's like that size.
Yeah, it's pretty sizable, but it's more closer to Mystic Vale, the original like longer box, or like
that's what I said.
Stone
It's
Spine.
like, kind of like that.
I think it's closer to Stone Spine Architects actually.
No,
Dragon
the box
Isles
is
maybe.
bigger than that.
All right, I'll bring it over. We'll compare. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Fantastic game.
It's a fantastic game, and that Mancala mechanism over 12 turns, brilliant, great job. Come Sail Away.
That Mancala mechanism is great, but it's also tricky. It's like, where am I going to drop these people off at? I did, yeah, no, fantastic pick.
Yep.
My number 4 is also a Japanese game, but an American company put a spin on it. The designer is Toshiki Aro, and it's made by Happy Camper, and this was such a fantastic little card
I already know
share.
which one this is.
This is Jungo.
Yep.
Oh, man. It's a easy to learn card shedding game where it's like whoever sheds their hand out first wins.
Yep.
Now, if you want to play with a variant and play multiple rounds, whoever sheds their hands out twice over the gameplay, or you play as many rounds as there are players, and whoever sheds out the most wins. I think this game's fantastic. I love everything about it. Great art on it. I love the concept where like I can't really mess with anything in my hand. Think Scout or Beans. I can't think of the Bonanza, where you can't move anything in your hand, but you can play out basically sets of cards. It's like, oh, he played out a 1. I'll play out my 2. And then someone else could be like, play out a 3, that kind of thing, try to beat the hand up there. But then you're like, oh, I beat this hand. Do I take this into my hand and make something better, or I discard it? Because, again, you're trying to card shed. But if I take that 2 and put it with this group of 2 here, now I have 3 2s. So say, somewhere down the line, Gamehead Geek plays, I don't know, 2 4s. Now I have 3 2s to beat the 2 4s, and gets me closer to getting my hand out. And I love that aspect. And then it has that nice little twist, too, when you draw off the top of the deck. It's like, I can't play anything. Let me draw off the top of the deck. Then you have a choice. Discard it, put it in your hand to make a better hand. Or, if possible, you can call a Jungo and play cards out of your hand.
I forgot about that.
Play cards out of your hand if it helps you beat what's on the table. So say there's those 2 8s in there, and I only have 2 2s in my hand, but I draw that card off the top of my deck and be like, oh, there's the third 2. Jungo. Play the 3 2s. Now I beat those 2 8s. And now I'm going to put those 8s back into my hand to give me 4 8s. And now I can beat those, whatever comes up later.
Yeah.
I love that little twist of this game.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah, the Jungo part.
Yeah.
The whole point of the game.
The whole point of the game.
I love it. I love little card games like this. This one was a surprising hit. This is the one, like we talked about it. We've played we've played everything from Happy Camper now.
Yes.
Trio put them on the map for us. We really did enjoy that one. We were like, oh, this is kind of cool. I played Jungle, and now everything that they're coming out with, I am intrigued by, and I will play. I own every single one of their games except for Too Many Rabbits. I love the card games. Combo is another fantastic one, which made my short list, but Jungo just sings to me because I love card shedding games, and this one is one of the better card shedding games that have come out recently.
Yeah, this was my number 11.
Oh, man.
So eventually,
so you hate Jungo. I got it.
Apparently. No, you know what, though? I taught this to my family
and they
this last weekend. They loved it.
Oh.
We played it twice over this weekend.
It's such a good game.
And it's not, in most games, I can't convince my wife to play, but I just brought this out of my kids. I'm going to show you how to play it. I was like, wife, if you just watch us as we play it, as I explain it, if it makes sense, I'll deal you in. And she was like, okay, that's fine. And so I explained it. She was like, okay, yeah, deal me in. And she destroyed it. Oh my goodness, did she destroy us. Yeah. Jungo's awesome.
In fact, I like Jungo so much, it's going with me on the cruise because it's going to be a game we can play there.
Yeah.
While we're waiting at the buffet or dinner table and stuff.
I can't wait to see what if I teach him the correct rules. I forgot about the main.
You forgot about Jungo?
No, I just taught him like if you draw a card, you throw it in your hand, and that's it, right? You know.
So you're playing scout rules.
Yeah.
You need to play with Jungo rules.
I gotta play with Jungo rules. That's the problem here. We figured it out. Number 3s. Here we go.
All right, so
this coin likes you.
No, this is only the second time I've got a lead in this entire thing.
So far, 100%.
That's 50-50 so far.
So, no, that's not how 50-50... It would be 50-50 if it turned up one of each side.
And it has.
No, it hasn't. It's been you this whole time.
No, it hasn't. You started the last one with this coin.
Oh, so I did. Carry on.
All right, my number 3 is the one I think might be the crossover, but it might just miss your list. So, I enjoy the mess out of this game. I play it more solo than anything, even though it's such a massive game to play solo. This is from Jamie Stegmaier and Stonemaier Games. It's an open world game. This is Vantage. Fantastic art on this game. Always a new experience every time I play this game. It's just, the length is the biggest issue of this game. But if you're playing it solo, you don't really feel it that much. But I've showed it to our group here when it first came out. I showed it to my other group, and everybody's enjoyed it. My wife really liked it because of that open world aspect. Yeah. She loves stuff like Skyrim and Breath of the Wild, or what is the other Zelda one that just came out that's a sequel to Breath of the Wild? Tears of the Kingdom, or Tears of the Kingdom, whichever one it is. But, oh man, this hit so well. I love the space exploration kind of theme on there. You're crash landing on this planet and you're exploring it, trying to find certain ways to win the game based on the randomized cards that you're getting, based on the dice that you roll. Every experience is going to be completely different. It's very rare that you're going to get the same starting scenarios and stuff like that. Oh man, this is a well done game. Is it a perfect game? No. Is the rules all that easy to understand? Not really, but they have to leave it as vague as possible. But man, Vantage just sings to me for that video game aspect of my life. Back in the day, I still play video games nowadays, but this is a good crossover between my video game liking and my board game liking. So Vantage, my number 3.
This was my number 9.
Oh,
you figured out all 3 of the ones that didn't make it.
Yeah. Yep. That's because no accounting for taste from this guy.
I guess not. All right, this was our number 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one is probably the one that you definitely saw coming into my list. In fact, so much I asked for it for Christmas because of just how much I enjoyed this game. Moon Colony Bloodbath. Mm-hmm. We played it at Board Game Geek Con. I already knew I was probably going to like it. I didn't think I was going to love it. Man, did I love it. It was so ridiculous. It plays quick enough, like, unless you're like strapped for sleep or anything like that, then it plays a little longer. But everybody plays simultaneously. Everyone's getting destroyed the same way. We all hate the cards collectively. So it's not like, oh, you're doing this bad thing to me. No, it's like, another robot uprising. Oh.
And it does player elimination well, too.
It does player elimination well, because if one player's out, then
they trigger the end game.
That's the end of the game. Fine, no problem. So it doesn't really eliminate players. It's just that's an end game trigger if somebody does get eliminated. It's so silly. It's the right kind of dumb. It works well. I'm impressed by how well it does. And yeah, I mean, we'll call any bloodbath. Need I say more?
There's one issue with it.
Donald likes Vaccarino.
There's one issue with it. My only gripe with this game, it's a little too long. It's a little long. Yeah. Like we were talking about how like Vantage can overstay its welcome.
Yeah.
So can this one. We played a 4-player game of it at BGG Con, and both me and Damn It Dom were just ready to end the night because it went about an hour.
Because we finally got a chance to play it.
Yeah.
And I've been begging the whole con just to try and play it.
And it was always out.
It's always out, always out. And of course, while I'm helping out our friends at level 99 demoing.
Which I think this is going to be the crossover.
Yep. You found it. You're like, okay, that's it.
Just where we don't have to listen to him talk about this game anymore.
Right. There you go.
All right, number twos.
All right. 50-50. All right.
That's what I'm telling you.
My number 2 is easily the silliest game on this entire list. I'm surprised that this is not a crossover, although it might be. We'll see. But this one is Mascots Racing. This is my number 2.
Wow.
Yeah. Hot Streak.
This did not make my... They didn't even make my top 20. I do like it. I'm about to own it, but it just didn't make my top 20.
It's the right kind of dumb for me. Everybody has a little bit of saying going in what it's happening. It was like trying to manipulate a little bit of friendly trash talking, a little bit of friendly rivalry. But since none of those belong to us, it doesn't really matter. We make some bets based on what we do know, what we don't know about it. Oh, you're number 21. Yeah. Barely missed out your top 20.
Yeah.
And then, I adore this game. I was so impressed by it. But yeah, my number 2, Hot Streak.
My number 2, I do like Hot Streak. I think it's fantastic. In fact, I'm getting a copy of it here relatively soon because it just came in the mail for payment for helping Gamehead Geek out. So I'm getting a free copy paste out of this.
Yeah.
All right. My number 2 is the one I think is probably your number 1, but we'll see. Because it's one that we both enjoy a lot of. Now that I was looking at it, I'm like, this is probably the one that should be the crossover, if anything. But you might not count it because you kind of played it before it became a board game. It was kind of in the works. This is from Level 99 Games and Brad Talton, a friend of the podcast. This is a fantastic asymmetrical game about movie monsters coming to life and eating all the people in the movie theater. This is spooktacular. The theme of this game, fantastic. Sings to my love of those random B movies I used to watch with my dad back in the day. The Blob or Them or It Came From Space, that kind of stuff. Those things were good. It reminds me of almost like Mystery Science Theater 3000 where they watched all the bad horror movies, and I used to love watching those horror movies with their jokes and stuff like on there. It hits, and I can't wait because they've announced this. We've seen it on Instagram and stuff like that. The expansion coming out for it. Looking forward to seeing that one as well. The asymmetrical powers is fantastic. And I like the fact that there is kind of like, I've played it a lot, so I can play a harder character. If I'm teaching it to a new person, here are the characters that you can play as. These are the easiest ones for you to understand. Mm-hmm. If you've played this multiple times, you can choose from the medium. If you've played this several times and understand this game, here's some hard characters for you to play as. Make it a little bit more difficult for you, not to over-ramp the other players at the table.
Sure.
I love how simplistic it is. It's pretty much the same turns for everybody, but everybody's going to have different ways it's going to start. We're all going to play cards. We're all going to collect things. Yep. It's just the way we're going to trigger it based on our specific characters that we're playing. It's so easy. When it comes to an asymmetrical game, too, this is a much easier teach for asymmetry than, say, something like Root or Vast or anything from the leader games kind of aspect of it. Because it's like, hey, this is the core of the game. You're going to be playing cards no matter what. It's just where in your turn order are they going to be played. And so sometimes they're going to be at the very beginning of your turn. Sometimes they're going to be at the very end of your turn. And then you just have to concentrate on your specific powers. I played the queen at one point in time, and I had hives that had to go out across the board. And I had to make sure there was multiple people in a room before I left that room if my queen wasn't there, because then I start getting negative points. And this game is such a fantastic game. Spooktacular from Level 99.
So this would have been my number 3. But I was trying to figure out, I was like, wait, why did I not put this on my list? And I was thinking about my list, and I think you hit the nail on the coffin, because I have played it in the previous year.
And it was a kind of thing because you played it while it was still in prototype mode.
Yeah, exactly. So it did count. I did count it in my collection. So when we played it, when we finally got the new copies, that was the second time I played it.
Gotcha.
So it barely missed out on the year because of that.
Mm.
Which explains it. But yeah, otherwise this would have been my 3. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's wrong because it just came out in 2025. He's just got to play a prototype.
That's not new to me. So
it's a physical game.
That's right. And it's not like we did imaginary prototypes. It was a physical thing. In fact, almost all the pieces were there. It's just whether it was like punched out or not, you know?
No, I get it. Yeah, that's like this should have been the crossover, but I kind of figured that's what you were going to go with it.
That's fair. All right, number 1.
Number 1s.
All right. So, number 1 is the game that you haven't played. Yet. Yet. I need to fix that.
This better not be one of your games.
No.
You've done this before.
No. Not on one of these lists. No way. Sir, I will promote games that come out of mine, but I will not put them on my list of, this is the best game I played. No. Sir, how big of a head do you think I have? Clearly,
let me count the ways.
You can measure the pixels if you're watching this in video. You'll see that my head is smaller.
What does that say about you?
My number 1 has everything I like in games. It has a rondelle. It has tile laying. It has engine building and quiet down, Masmo. I heard that. No, and it has tile laying. It has combo building.
You almost made me spit up across my entire keyboard.
All over my shoes, all over the microphone. You would have hated to hear that. You know, so my number 1 is a game that I need to show you sometime. Ink.
Oh, you keep talking about this, but you never bring it.
Ink is so good. It has everything in a game that I love in games. It's like, it's my next Azul, honestly. Like, this has not gotten the love I think it deserves because a lot of people just haven't heard of it. It's like, like, we already have Azul, why do I need Ink, right? It's not, granted, they're very different games, but I feel like it's a very similar flavor to it. I was at first, like, really intrigued by, like, the way it looked. Then I saw that it was combo. Then I saw it was tiling. I'm like, okay, cool. Then I saw there was a rondelle to draft your tiles. Okay, that's neat. And the faster you go around the rondelle, the worse the bad tiles that cover up the spaces happen. So you don't want to do it too fast, but you do want to jump ahead as far as you want in order to get the tiles you need, but not hopefully skipping over the ones that you could pass on, but other people might take instead. But then when you fulfill a space, you get to score your little ink bottles, and depending on how many spaces you scored, you get a combo and a special ability that might let you score more or move other pieces to make it a scoring method again. And there's ways to combo off of it. Everything I like in a board game. I'm getting excited talking about it right now that I genuinely want to play it. Yeah.
You've been saying this since BGG Con, so
I'm telling you, and I've had it long before that.
Yeah.
I'm just enamored with it. It's so good.
All right, my number 1 should not be a surprise to anybody out here. This has been my most played game out of the last year. In fact, we played just this past weekend 3 games of it, and we lost all 3 games of the same chapter because it's just that much of a brutal campaign style game. Not really brutal, it's just this one was a real tricky one. And this is Lord of the Ring, the Fellowship of the Ring, the trick-taking game. One of the longest names of a card game, board game, anything of that aspect. But it's easily one of my favorite trick-taking games out there. I love the co-op nature of it. We're working as a team, and actually surprised my my group the other, what was it? Saturday. Because they were like, we were doing something and we were playing the game out, and then one of the characters in that game tells us how many he has to have the most of, and it was a tie between 2 things, and I'm like, well, that gives me more information than you guys think. He's got either 3 or 4 of this style, or of these types. And they're like, well, how would you know? Because if he had, there's only one suit that has only a certain amount of cards where everything else is 8. And basically what he told us, I was like, there's no way he can have this because it would be much more even than what he has. So if he's got most of this suit in this suit, that means he's got to have this number or this number, because we know she at least has one of those, because that determines who's starting the round. And so they were like, wow. I'm like, yeah, you play enough trick-taking games, you know how to count the cards to a certain extent. You kind of know how to feed these things. And it's like, by him telling us that when we started the game and after we traded everything out, he's like, this is what I have. And I'm like, I know what you have now because you have to have this. And so we have to make sure this person wins most of those tricks because there is like a you lose if he wins this trick kind of thing. And oh man, it plays so well. We have a blast with it. The artwork is fantastic on this. I love the stained glass look of this trick-taking game. We're close to being done. If you follow the books, based on the campaign and stuff like that, we're at like the middle point. It's basically the Council of Elrond. We're in that aspect of the game. If you follow the books or the movies, it's about the halfway point. We still have the other half of the thing. I haven't even opened the third part of the game because we're just stuck on this one section. And so it is such a good game. It is designed by Brian Bornmoller in Office Dog, as I mentioned earlier. They do such a great job with this game. So yes, my number one new to me game is Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, the trick-taking game. Fantastic game. Yeah.
The most words per box space.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. In fact, the apps only call it up as Fellowship of the Rings, but if you look at the actual title of it, that's how it's supposed to be. It's Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, the trick-taking game, because now they have the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers trick-taking game.
Yep.
So, with that being said, that was my top 8. Here are my honorable mentions that just kind of missed out that I wanted to talk about. My number 9 is another trick-taking game that I just fell out of the top 8. I love this game a lot, so much so that we actually got a trick-taking game for Gamehead Geek to enjoy, and this is Origin Story. Number 10 was Sanibel. Again, a game that gets my wife into gaming is going to be high on this list. My number 11 is Alibis. You know how much I like that one.
Yep, you're championing it right now.
Yeah, number 12 for me was Flip Town.
Yeah.
13, River of Gold. 14, Invincible Hero Building Game, because I need more bag building games in my life. 15, as I mentioned, was 12 Rivers. 16 was one of the bigger games on this list, Terrorscape. 17, Creature Caravans. 18 was the oldest game on my list. We just recently played this at BGG Con, Zaya Legends of the Drift System. 19 was Crusaders, Thy Will Be Done. And number 20 was Take Time, another newer game.
All right, my 20 went up to, well, you already heard my 9, 10, and 11 with Vantage, Fliptoons, and Jungo. Right after that was Arapa Space. 13 was Adulthood. 14 was Dragonheart.
You and I played. Actually, Dragonheart was on my short list, too.
Yep. 15 is Compile, main one. 16 is Dragon Isles, which you can see right up above him, over there on the corner. Number 17 was Horrified Dungeons and Dragons. 18, Storyfold Wildwood. 19, Worms the board game. And number 20 is Finca.
Yeah, no, it was a good year. It was a very good year.
Yeah, especially for stuff, us getting games off our Shelf of Shame, playing new stuff to us. There was a lot of really clever things that went down.
Stuff that we've been wanting to play. Like, I've been wanting to play Zaya for so long. Dragonheart is a Rudiger Dorn game, right? Dragonheart is what it's called?
I think so.
It's an interesting 2-player game. But yes, he said Dragonheart. Not based on the movie. It's its own thing, but oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah. It's just a fun little chill. Play some games, combo some stuff. Score some things. That's why I think you would like Kariba, because it plays in that same idea. One thing will score another thing. Mm-hmm. So I like it a lot. So anyway, we hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you ever want to email us, we have an email at everydayboardgames2020@gmail.com. And you can email us with ideas for future episodes, possibly entering contests, which we haven't done one in a while. We should fix that. Or whether you just want to reach out and say hi. We also have an Instagram, instagram.com/everydayboardgames, where you can check out the games that Daniel and I have been playing, or the stuff that I randomly post, which check it out, because I just posted a video recently about Hanafuda, which is me reacting to a classic game.
Yeah, I need to pull those and put them on our YouTube as well. So Speaking of YouTube, all video re-uploads and reviews are found under youtube.com/@everydayboardgames. And if you like what we do, there are 3 things you can do to help us grow on the platform. Subscribe if you're not, like the video, and comment down below and tell us your thoughts on the subject.
We also stream our episodes live at twitch.tv/everydayboardgames. Make sure you join us and follow us there so you can be notified when we start streaming live. And you can join us like our friend Masmo, even though he took a shot at me earlier. Still a friend of the podcast. Make sure we love it when we have live chatting. And we almost make Daniel spit all over the keyboard.
Yeah. All audio versions can be found on most podcast platforms under Everyday Board Games Podcast. This includes Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, and Apple.
So as always, I've been your host, Daniel.
And I've been your host, Daniel.
And we want to thank you for listening to Everyday Board Games.
And remember, every day is a good day for board gaming.